Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Ronnoco Ridge Outdoors. Well, today's going to be episode 2 of Wind River Fall Trout. Now, in this episode, you're going to see more fish, great scenery, and a lot of outdoor cooking. So stay tuned, buckle up, and get ready for some more trout at the Wind River.
Well, it's Monday morning, and it's rather cold, hence all the head wrapping and whatnot. Show you where I'm at here. I wanted to show you this morning before it's gone. The river is full of steam this morning. Flip this around a little bit. So we got steam coming off of it. It got cold enough to where the water stays pretty well the same temperature, I suspect in the 50s, because of it's coming from the dam at the bottom of the lake, and this is the river part of it. But I thought it looked really cool this morning in more ways than one. So, gonna suit up here. Gonna make breakfast actually really quick. I'll show you that. I'm not sure what I'm going to come up with yet. But Ronnoco Mountain's looking good. And it's down to the river to see if we can come up with some more fish. You know it's cold outside when you're here in the outhouse and there's snow on the ground inside. That ought to tell you something. Well, it's probably the coldest outhouse bathroom trip I've had, with snow on the floor, but hey. So looking down the river, you can see the steam down there. That looks like a cloud to most people above what is the railroad tracks and the railroad truss. It's actually steam coming off the lake. The lake's on the other side of that pass, and there's a dam there that feeds water down into this river, and that's the steam off of the lake. It's that cold. Now I'm sure you're going to hear, well, how cold is it? Why didn't you tell us? I don't know. My phone doesn't work other than taking pictures and video. There's no cell phone signal. There's no texting. Nothing. So, it is what it is, as they say. And I'm going to go make breakfast. So there's a lot of moss in here yet, even though it's almost November. And it's below freezing, obviously. But the water's not. So certain mosses will grow in there even though it's in the 50s. Because that's what it does. So a lot of these cast, unfortunately, if you're not right on top of it, and you can't keep it off the bottom, because it's only about 2 to 4 foot deep in some areas. Oh, there's a fish. We'll just pull that trout right in. Zim him right in there. Nice big fat rainbow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice rainbow. How's that? Huh? Nice rainbow. Yeah, nice rainbow. Went right for it. They seem to like that bait pretty good. I don't know how well my camera can see this. Maybe it can. I don't know. That's a nice rainbow. Right there. That was about the third cast. Not so bad. I bet I've cast more than, after I caught that fish yesterday, I was really excited. Put him up on the shore and I probably cast 10 more times, which I knew better, because once you catch one like that, usually you don't have a chance in that same area because they cause such a ruckus. But get some of that fish slime off. I'll try a couple more cast here. We'll see what happens. Once again, I got the sun in my eyes, so I can't quite see if I got it in there or not, but nice rainbow, beautiful colors. It's real cold. I set him over on the metal table to go ahead and get him filleted out, and he froze to the table. I had little notches on my line that were freezing, so it's cold, but it's okay. Once again, didn't even wear my waders. Probably five cast. I just turned on my GoPro just to have it going and start talking a little bit, and got him right away. Let's go flame up. Now, I'm gonna rinse this off over here. You should be able to see that. And then these fillets, they're frozen to the table. I'm losing meat because they're freezing to the table. Hopefully my water's not frozen. Well, that could be an issue when your water's frozen. Yep, that's an issue right there. Should have kept it inside. Yep, it's solid. Well, so what we do in that case is improvise and adapt. This case scenario here is I'll lose a bag, because I need to rinse these guys good. They're freezing to the doggone table. So learned a lesson there. In sub-freezing temperatures. Get all the air out of the bag. There's a bag of meat. There you have it. I'll come back later, rinse them, and then clean the table when it's thawed, if it thaws. So I had a little unsettling find. I was outside finishing that fish just now, and my pots and pans were outside on the front deck, and seems as though the mice took a little inventory of what skillets I had out there. So yeah, I don't have any water because it's all frozen solid. 6 gallons of water frozen solid. So I have bleach wipes. This is how to make your food taste really good. I have bleach wipes, and that's all I have because everything's frozen and it's so cold. So that's just the way it's going to have to be. You improvise and adapt, and I got to eat. Got to wipe her down the best I can. And then I'll sear it real good on the stove. Try to make sure I get all that stuff out and that taste out, and spotless. Alcohol wipes kills 99% germs and bacteria, or at least I hope so. We're after a morning of getting up when everyone else is still in bed and catching a trout again on like the 5th cast. I don't understand it. Had my GoPro on too. Threw out a couple. I even didn't have my pole strung correctly. I missed one loop. Still caught it. But anytime you're out there and you can't fillet a fish the way you should because it's so cold and the fish is freezing to the table, you have to come back to the cabin after you get done cleaning that fish, which still isn't done yet because I have to wait for the table to hopefully thaw when the sun hits it so I can rinse the blood off. You get some creamer. You see that? And then you reach for the coffee pot and you get yourself some nice hot Java. Well-deserved coffee. Then I'm going to make breakfast. Feeling a little French toasty this morning. Maybe some jalapeno links or something. Oh, that's hot. And that's proper. Getting ready to cook here. Gonna have some French toast to warm up, and then we've got some jalapeno sausages. So I'll be back with you here in a second. I'll save them for another snack or something later. And then I'm gonna have got a big block of butter. Now 4 sticks, big block of butter, like $3. And then jalapeno cheddar sausage in this skillet right here. Gonna get it all warmed up. And I have some special blueberry syrup that's known for this area out here, especially in Idaho. It's not actually blueberry, it's huckleberry. And my brother has it out in Idaho. It's a big thing. There's a convenience store. My whole family just saw it coming back from Wyoming on this last trip in the convenience store. So it's the first time I'm going to try it. And I'll be trying it with you. Check in with you soon. So I'm just going to put out of my big block of butter, real butter, put some in here with jalapeno sausages just to keep moisture in it so they don't fry. And then these are going to be really soggy, but that's okay. I'm going to put some butter in there. These will be soggy, so I'll have a lid on it. Otherwise it's so cold I don't think that it'll warm up as well. And I'm just going to put this back into a baggie and just put it back in the cooler. So put a lid on that, put a lid on that. Set this up here for now. Let's get a fire going. There's fire. Can you see it? My cowboy stove. Just got blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. Light this one. And maybe you can see it. Got that one lit. And we're off and running. Just gonna heat this up. I'm gonna cook those real good, but heat this up. And then I might take the lid off once it's really warmed up and just let it kind of dry out a little bit. That's gonna be moist because of the butter and that they're cold. But it's gonna be all right and taste good. We'll get our huckleberry syrup on there with my cup of coffee. Larapin. Unfortunately for you, I'm playing some Waylon Jennings greatest hits, and every time I hit the record button, it shuts the music off. I'm Bluetoothing without signal from my phone to my little boom box, and I just got done with a cup of coffee. Kind of letting you look around here. And let's go take a peek at what I just cooked up before I get it out of the skillet. Let's give you an idea here. What do we got? Oh yeah. Jalapeno sausages and nice browned French toast. Listen to the sizzle. We'll shut this down, take it inside, and once I have a plate done, I'll show you what that looks like. So there it is. French toast, a couple of jalapeno sausages,
the original, where it all began, the Wyoming Wild Huckleberry Syrup. And I have these special, they look familiar to my family, but special knife, fork, spoon, and napkin for kids' graduations. That's what was left over. And of course, my Yeti with, oh, that's still hot, coffee and creamer. So before it gets cold, I'm going to eat. Where I've been casting, this is my third cast. See if we can pick him up out there. If I get another one here right quick, then this is just a really hot time to be here. Just skimming across the top a little bit. Kind of letting the current do all the work. And I just pulled up slowly. There's little surges of water coming down. You can tell when it hits the rocks. It gets a little louder. Not uncommon, heard that a lot. Cast number 4. Right about where that trout jumped. There's 3 rocks there you gotta watch. You hit them pretty easy. So if he came to the surface and jumped, I'm going to keep my lure closer to the surface. You can't miss it. It's pretty obnoxious. Gold with trout speckles on the fan. So it tells me if they're hitting the surface to get bait. He'll definitely see this. I'm using a number 3, which is one smaller than I usually use. But I caught 2 of them like instantly on it, accidentally thinking it was a 4. I never looked at it because I never use 3s. It might have been one that Daniel used at the bubble there in South Dakota and didn't take it off, and I'm thinking it was left over from a trout rod earlier this year. But heck, if you caught 2, one of them on the first cast of the day last night, might as well leave it and try it. Sometimes you get them too big, the smaller ones won't come after it. I've got 2 small ones, but I'm looking for a bigger one now. So, and anything up here feels heavy. You don't know what size it is till you get it. You have a general idea, but the current's so stiff that they like to go downstream. So you're pulling against the water, against them pulling you. I know I saw one jump. No other fish is in here other than carp and walleye. The carp stay across the edges in the slow areas. Walleye are deep, so I am doing what I know works and what I've done in the past. In this trip so far, that's worked magnificently. Just got to get him. I think it's a matter of just finding them, and they'll go for it. It's not like Alaska where they just sit in big pods of big schools of fish. They're territorial. They kind of sit here, they sit away from one another. And I know they might be spawning. People would say in October they're not going to spawn. That's spring. No, it's October. Just letting it glide across the top. I can make it break the surface. Watch. See it? I might do that again, gain a little more attention, but a couple more and I'll shut the camera off here. I just seen one jump, so I thought I might be able to pick him up the way my luck's been going here so far.
See if we can pick him up in here. And I'm starting up here, and I'll work my way down towards the cabin as time progresses. I'm way ahead of the game. There's no pressure to catch fish. I'm one away from my limit anyway. Just looking for that big one though, because you can have 2 under 16 and 1 over. I'm looking for that big over. I've had 26, 27s in here. Right from here. Looks like I'm not going to pick him up. He might have followed the current down. But I'll tune back in a little bit. Unless he just hasn't gone crazy yet. Hey, he's a good size. It surprises me. I'm sitting on a rock here, so I'm not in the best position. When he sees me, he's going to freak out. Oh boy, he looks big. Oh yeah, nice one. Real nice. He'd be your over 16 right there. Now the question is if I'm going to keep him or not. See if we can get back to the shore here. Get up here where he can't get away too easy. Whoo, that's a big one. That's a nice one right there. Yeah, that's a nice one. All right, let's see if we can get him out of here. He's out. The bait's out. Get this untangled quick. He bit that lazy. He bit that lazy. I don't know. 24 hours. Not even 24 hours since I started fishing. First 2 fish were within the first 15 casts. This one took me about a half hour. So the question is whether I keep him or not, because he's definitely over 19 or 16. Let's take a peek, see what it is. I might just keep him. Yeah, so he's easy 19. Oh boy, what a decision to make. Man, you hate to put him back. Tell you what I think I'll do is I'll keep him. If you don't flop into the water and get away, I'll keep him. And let's get him raised up here a little bit. It's all tangled up in the grass. Lying in here. There we go. Nice looking trout. Fat. Nice looking. I think we'll keep him. Put him on a stringer. Which I happen to have right here. And we put that right through here. And whoop, it just tickles a little bit. Put that right through here. Still got my fishing line in here. Yep. Somehow got the fishing line in here. Couldn't do that if it was a carnival game at the fair. There we go. I'll toss him in, rinse him out a little bit. See, I got him in there. He's a little bigger than the one that was trailing me. So there's some trout in here now, I'll tell you. Nice looking trout. 19-incher. Good to go. Well, I will poke this up in here. Like that. We'll get the line straightened out. There's trout number 3. Trout number 3. Can you see him swimming down there? Right over there. All right, well, that's my over 16-incher for sure. He's at least 19, so I got my limit 24 hours. Got him here in a net. I'm walking him back. I'm going to fillet him up. Never been in this situation before. Got a limit, which took me in 24 hours probably a total of an hour. Insane. But I have learned from a long time ago that they turn on and off just like other fish do. And I'm going to take them and not be greedy. So I'll go up, get him filleted, take some pictures. Hopefully my water's stalled. Make it a little easier to clean. I'll take you on my journey back to the cabin. Getting up these hills is not real easy. These big clunky waders. I don't like that one. Let's go to this one. Breathing pretty hard. You gotta move slow up here. cold and windy. All right, there's the cabin. I'll check back in with you when we fillet this guy. Solid meat. This one we're going to leave. You can see it that way. We're going to leave some skin on it because that's the law. We got to keep it identified. And I have to do it the opposite way they want because of the way I fillet. There's that. Fin here we gotta get off. Watch your fingers good. One more attempt. After that many attempts, if it doesn't work, someone's telling you shouldn't do it no more. Maybe it'll come out when I take the bones out. Yeah, that worked out nice. What do you think of that? Looking pretty nice. So we'll take those. My water's thawed out a little bit, not a whole lot. So we're going to try to rinse these off. First I got to do my hands. While I still have water. I had it inside since I discovered it was frozen this morning. And it didn't thaw a whole lot. It was just a solid brick. So here's one fillet. Get the other one rinsed off. Here's a second fillet. That's a quart bag. That's quite a bit of meat right there. That's in a ball, but you can just tell. Let me get some hair out of it. You can just tell that's a lot of meat right there. Gonna rinse the bag off a tad. Any more water? And there we go. 3 fish, total of 2 hours, limit done within 24 hours. First cast last night on Sunday, about the 5th cast this morning. Didn't spend more than 15 minutes on the first 2 fish. And this one, it took me about, I don't know, maybe not even 2 hours total. Down here, I was probably not even there for 45 minutes. That included walking all the way down and back. So, decision time is, do I eat the fish so I can keep a limit of 3, start eating what I have, and I still have 3 days to fish, or just kick back? And I'm thinking that's not going to work for me. I'm going to have to keep moving. So probably come down to eat some fish, but check in soon. You'll find out. So making dinner over the fire. I got a potato with butter in there. The potato's speared in many different directions and ways, so the heat radiates up through it. It's getting pretty cold. The fire even seemed slow to start. It was so cold. But got the potato going. Next will be the a whole red onion, and then a whole batch of green onions. And then I'll put my steak on there. So I'll show you as we go. Sun's going down over the water. We'll be checking back in with you. All right, we got the steak on here. That back left aluminum package is green onions and red onions, lemon and pepper seasoning, and the potatoes on the right. I just put the steak on, so it'll be a while. I'm going to turn the light on so you can see it a little better. And just finishing up dinner. The sun's almost all the way down. It's a lot darker than it looks in the camera, believe me. A lot darker. There's the mountain. And the moon's going to be coming up. Again, it's a lot darker than it looks. And this, I can see the screen, and it's just like not what it really looks like. It's pitch dark. I'll try to turn the light on. It doesn't help much. But just got the steak on and let it sit for a while. The vegetables should be good. And I'll show you when we're all finished. How's that looking to you? I think we're getting there. I used a word earlier in a video called larapin. That's an old cowboy word for, boy, that tastes good. Got that from my buddy Ken Prussia. Larapin. Look at that. Cowboy hooking right here in the river. All right. I realize I'm starting to look a little rugged by now, but it is what it is, as they say. Let's take a look at what we got here. One ribeye steak. Done to perfection. Usually the baked potatoes get pretty doggone burnt. But let's take a look. Don't know if I can pick it up with my hand. Ooh, the knife went right through it. Nice baked potato there. And let's take a look at our vegetables. Oh my. That's looking really fine. Can you see that? Oh, there's even butter still in there. Look at that. So we'll snag some vegetables here. Onions. Big fat red onions. And let's not forget the green onions. That just makes it all just right. Now we got some onions on back up here if we need it. Some real good roasted ones. Really good. So that'll keep me busy here for a little while. Cover that back up a little bit. There you go. Steak, baked potato, onions. Good for me, good for you. It's the way we do it out here at the Wind River in RC Cola.
Well, I hope you liked episode 2 of Wind River Fall Trout Fishing. There's a lot more episodes to come and a lot more trout heading your way. Hey, hit that subscribe button down there because it helps me bring more videos to folks like you. Hope you enjoy it. stand by for episode 3 coming within a week. Thanks for stopping by at Ronnoco Ridge Outdoors.